Hey everyone. Yes, it's really, really good to be with you here today on the Rich Girl series. Thanks for joining us. Kind of waiting for some things to download. So if you can see me, that's great. Okay, that's great. All right. Thank you for coming on. I always am a little bit tentative, I guess what the word would be, tentative Mondays at this time, 12:30 Mountain Time, just to your time schedule. Thank you. So when the first person comments to me, I know, boom, we're on. I mean, I just know we're on. So thank you for coming on. I always try to come on like about 1 minute early, just in case there, you never know, right? It's always good to have that plan B, plan C, plan D. I have learned that is very smart. Welcome to the broadcast today. Welcome. I am Suzanne Brothers Varley, and I am thrilled to be able to take this topic today that we're going to cover. Now, keep in mind something that all of these topics are eventually making our YouTube. So they will be on there. We have our own channel. Thanks for subscribing to that channel because that means that every time we get a hit, we can get a little bit stronger. Thank you for doing that. It is under Suzanne Brothers Rich Girl. So that is really important that you can do that. Okay, my daughter is on. Okay, now I have this sense of relief. Hi, Kara. Hi, Kara. Hi, Megan. Thank you for coming on today. I know you're going to really love our comment. Be ready to type some stuff in the comment column because I'm telling you, your feedback honestly is read by everyone and it means so much. It means so much. Okay, so if you're new to Rich Girl, we cover topics all about being just better at what we are and do and how we feel. It also helps us to be more playful in our life and to be more creative and to cover topics that sometimes we really don't hear that much about. So, as for a very, very long, successful career, and many of the people that I had the opportunity, the privilege, and the honor to work with come on these Rich Girl series. And I know many of you are new to it, and maybe you just heard about it. So, thank you for coming on. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Suzanne Brothers Rich Girl, and you can see all kinds of things that we've done in the past several months. So thank you coming on. Denise, it's great to have you on. Delia Ponce, hello. Okay, so let's talk about this. What the heck is resistance? What is resistance? You know what? I think it's that sluggish feeling of not wanting to do something that you know is good for you. Yeah, it's the inclination to do something that you unabashedly know is not good for you. And it's everything in between. So, do you sense the desire and the tendency to delay something that you should be doing right now? Because I think the whole world is feeling that way. So, if you're feeling that way, okay, you're in a great big club of, I say, everybody. Okay. So, let me just ask you a couple of questions here and let's just see if you're on board with what's going on with a lot of people right now. Do you ever feel like you are your own worst enemy? Right? Have you ever thought that you could accomplish really, really great things if only you weren't so busy with all the little things, so busy with all the little things? Uh-huh. Do you struggle to make decisions with confidence? Are you tired of setting goals and not accomplishing them? Do you procrastinate? Uh-huh. Are you afraid to say what you are really thinking and feeling? Uh-huh. And are these questions causing any discomfort for you right now? Probably so. Ooh, probably so. Right? Okay. So I'm going to pause for a second because a couple more people have come on. Hi, Jerry. It's good to have you on. Thanks for joining us. You can comment at any time. It really helps encourage me to go on. So thank you. So in every moment of every day, guess what is always present and ready to pounce on us? Resistance. All the time. The hardest war to win is when you don't even realize you're fighting, and the hardest enemy to defeat is the one you don't know exists. Every day we are at war. We're at war with resistance. So make no mistake, resistance is our enemy. It is. It will not quietly go away and it will not quietly leave us alone. We have to slay it. Get out your Wonder Woman war shields. Slay it, slay it, slay it, slay it like a dragon. And you have to do it every day. So let's talk about how resistance manifests itself, because it wears 1,000 masks, and many of them which are so effective that we don't even realize that resistance is behind the masks that they wear. Okay, let's open a door and just dare to take a look at a couple. Okay, laziness, buffering. Okay, you all know what buffering is if you've been on this series for a while. Buffering, procrastination, fear, doubt, self-sabotaging, self-gratification, self-loathing, indecision, escapism, pride. And these are just some of the ways that resistance manifests its ugly self in our lives and causes us to settle for just so much less than God has imagined for us, right? Yeah. We cannot become the best version of ourselves unless we wake up ready to slay the dragon. Ready to slay it. Because resistance is just exactly that. It's a big bad dragon only if we let it grow. Because between you and God, God's given you the power to really overcome resistance. Now, I want you to hold on for a minute because there's really good news coming. I mean, like really good news. So don't get discouraged at all right now. Okay, you're going to avoid that. Don't even think that thought. Okay, but let's continue on here because we all battle with resistance daily. Popes and presidents and kings and queens and CEOs and janitors, the rich and the poor, the educated, the uneducated, the old and the young and the new business owner and the top ranked executive. Nobody gets to escape the battle with resistance. So here's what you have been waiting to hear. Okay, you've been waiting to hear this, right? Like, what's the good news? So don't miss this part, please. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Okay, I hope you are. I'm gonna wait for a second. See who's on. Jeanette, thank you. Oh, good to have you on. All right, okay. Okay, thanks for coming on, Aquila. It's good to have you on. All right, I waited for a second so you could really hear the importance of the good news. Simply naming, defining, and learning to recognize resistance in the moments of our day causes it to lose most of its power over us because it's no longer a mystery because we named it. We named it, right? Okay, naming it out causes it to shrink a little bit, shrink down a little bit. What we uncover brings light, okay, a lot of light, and we know that light is a good thing. And we also know that the real yucky stuff grows where? Grows in the dark. So once we name it, we shed some light on it. Once we become aware of something, we are much more prone to notice its effects in our life. Then make and go ahead with every small change that you can make and alter its course. But here's the important thing. I said small, the small alterations, the small things that will make all the difference in the world. So many people that I talk to over all these years and continue to talk to today, they try to handle everything all at once. But one thing at a time, you guys, seriously, one thing at a time. I just want to give you a small, crazy little example out of my own life. Becky, thanks for coming on. Yeah, boom, right? Okay, boom, no kidding. So, I mean, it's like boom, straight out of my head. Okay, so one time I resisted making my bed all the time. I mean, I just didn't make it. And sometimes the whole day would go by and no bed was made. And the afternoon would come and I would think, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed in a few hours. Why make my bed? Now, not making your bed is not a big deal. But for me, it screamed of the lack of tidiness and discipline over my own life. It just screamed it. That was my interpretation. Small, oh yeah. But there was much more lying, okay, no pun intended, lying behind this than an unmade bed. So from that point that I noticed, I was making a small decision in my life so that I could stop the resistance. And I decided to take the 3-minute task meaningful. So pulling down the sheets, I would think of the day ahead of me. Pulling up the covers and straightening them out, smoothing them out, I would think of the service that I could offer people today. Putting the pillows up, lots of pillows up, I would think how I could be creative and playful with my day today. Okay, so taking on resistance with a plan, no matter how small it is at first, the most important step is in creating something positive to win with. Do this enough and you have created a habit, where you don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to think about it because it's a habit. So a winning habit that grows your ability and your timing for clarity over resistance. Okay, hopefully this is helping you, right? Helping you a little bit. But let's go back to the dragon for a second. I want to go back to the dragon and I want to go back to you, kind of see where you're at with me today. Okay, any comments on this? Name it, claim it, whatever. If you were to pick one small resistance in your life, what would you say it would be? Since taking small things one thing at a time, 1% at a time can make all the difference in the world, just write it in the comment column. Love to hear that. So we're going to go back to the dragon of resistance for a second. The first lesson is that you never defeat resistance once and for all. Hope you know that. You don't ever, it's like, you eat once and for all. But it's a daily battle. So here's what I know. Working makes me happy. And there is no work that brings me more happiness than seeing people succeed. That is like, I breathe on that. I mean, I live for that. Seriously, I do. Helping people makes me happy. And at the end of a good day, everything in my world is better if I have had that experience. But still, every time I start to call or reach out or make an effort, I have to battle and slay resistance. The allure of another action, okay, right. The allure of another action and the temptation to believe that going somewhere else at that moment or doing something else is something somehow more urgent than the silent promise that I made to myself. Okay? Silent promise that I made to myself. There is a huge nutshell in the greatest resistance of all, and that is not keeping a promise that we've made to ourselves. That's huge, you guys. It's huge because it seems to be so small, but you know what can stop that, stop you dead in tracks is sometimes very, very small. Honestly, this is one of my first struggles with resistance every single day of my life. Resistance knows this, and it becomes a significant battle that I battle every single day. So if resistance can keep you from praying, from exercising, then it will win more battles throughout the day. You can best believe it. So it's time to stop resisting our own happiness. It's time to stop destroying our own happiness. We do it in so many ways. Seriously, you guys, we do it in so many ways. I'm going to name 7, and this number 7 is the one that you all came on here to hear. But I want you to see the other ones, all right? Let's see the other ones. Number 1, do you worry about things you have no control over? Because worry destroys happiness. See what you've said to me. Hello, gorgeous, back with it. Hi, Angela. Yeah, Angela, I'm so with you on that one. Read Angela's comments. So true. Okay, so do you worry about things you have no control over? Of course you do. Everyone does. But worry, guess what? Worry destroys happiness. Number 2, do you compare yourself with others in an unhealthy way? Of course we do. We seldom compare ourselves in a healthy way. It's always in an unhealthy way. But comparison destroys happiness. Number 3, do you cling to bad relationships? Bad relationships destroy your happiness. I'm not going to say anything about that because we've talked about that one. Right? We have to come back to that one. Number 4, do you have a lot of self-doubt or even self-loathing? Because that destroys happiness. Number 5, do you buy things that you can't afford and don't need? Because debt is a destroyer of happiness and the creator of stress. Okay. Number 6, is there gossip, laziness, fear, excuses, negative thinking, ingratitude, jealousy? If there is, they all come in a package. Well, they individually too, individually wrapped, but they destroy happiness. And number 7, the one thing that I wanted to spend a little bit of time on today. Thank you very much. This is the one that we have to be invested with. Okay, are we ready? Have you ever wanted something for someone more than what they wanted for themselves? Have you ever wanted something that was so good for someone more than maybe she wanted it for herself? This is another hidden resistance, and it is a happiness stealer. You may be tempted to judge yourself as a leader, a mom, or any role that you have in your life, really, on how well you do that role and how well you are a team member, a family member, a husband, or a community service, how well you are a wife, how good you are as a family career performer. But you see, that's a mistake because it leads to a bad place. You see, their success, your husband's success, your children's success, your team members' success. You see, their successes and their failures are their own. They own them. You cannot take credit for their success, and you cannot take blame for their failures. Otherwise, you will end up crossing a line that you should never, ever cross, my friends. Never cross it. You'll find yourself in a place where you want more for them than they want for themselves. Then you'll make your first mistake, and it will be something for them that they could do for themselves. Did you hear it? Okay, it's when you do something for them that they could do for themselves. You will think that you're helping, but it is a lie, and we know it, don't we? We think we're helping them, but we know it's a lie, because when someone does something for us that we could do for them ourselves, they enable us. And then they want, and we want, whatever, less and less and less. I hope you got that. When we enable people, when we do something for them that they should do for themselves, did you hear me on that? They want it less and less. Your job is really to empower those that you nurture, coach, teach, and train. When you do for them what they should be doing for themselves, you will create entitlement and dependency rather than empowerment. It is incredibly frustrating when you see amazing possibilities. I mean, amazing possibilities for people, and you want it for them more. Oh my gosh, more than they want it for themselves. But please don't give in to that kind of frustration. So I want to see what you thought of today. Oh, Becky, you said clutter. Yeah. Ooh, girl. I've been working on that for like 3 months. Okay. So earlier in this broadcast today, I asked you to pick out one thing that you could handle that have you been in resistance about. Okay. So I want you to concentrate on that. Okay. So I hope you didn't hear that. That was my phone ringing inside my computer. Think about one thing you want to really fight on or get away from, or just slay the dragon of resistance. What would it be? Why don't you put that in the comment section? And remembering too that you can catch all of these recordings. You can also direct your consultants to this Facebook Live page. They can sign up. They can be part of this. We'd love to have them. You can have family and friends on. Even if you chosen great men want to come on this, and we welcome them, welcome. So let's close today with a promise to not eat the elephant one huge big bite at a time. Let's promise each other that. And let's pinky swear. Okay, pinky swear. All right. Okay, pinky swear to just take one step at a time. Let's pinky swear to take one step at a time in that strategy. So if you would please type that in the comment section, I would so appreciate that. Now, I am not really sure about this. Did I lose my signal here? Okay, so hopefully I am still recording, not seeing anything here, but I'm still recording. All right, you guys have an amazing week. I'm ending today. We'll see you next Monday. Talk to you soon. Bye.